I'm attorney George McCranie. I have offices in Valdosta and Douglas, Georgia. I recently made a video about traumatic brain injuries and what's called brain bleeds. And I got a lot of people asked some questions about it, and some of the questions that they asked was are certain people more susceptible to a brain bleed injury after an accident than other people? And let me tell you, a car accident or somebody falling off a lift at work or something like that is more than enough to cause a brain bleed or a TBI for anybody. Okay, and a brain bleed, a TBI, is where you've got damaged tissue inside the skull and there's blood either bleeding. Hard to say that sometimes, but it's bleeding between the skull and the brain or directly into the brain. Okay, so that's what it is. But if you suspect that you or somebody you know after an accident is suffering from a TBI or a brain bleed, then they need to contact medical assistance immediately. Okay, dial 911, get some help. All right. But now the question is are some people more susceptible to a brain bleed after an accident? And the answer is yes. Okay, certain people with pre-existing conditions are more susceptible, and this is not an exhaustive list, but this is some of the more typical ones that we see. High blood pressure. All right, tons and tons of people have high blood pressure, and they're more susceptible because of it for a brain bleed or an aneurysm, cerebral aneurysm. Bleeding disorders. If you have bleeding disorders, and here's one that is sort of tragic, but we see it, and it's if you're pregnant. So if you're in pregnancy and you had a serious accident where there's head injury or whiplash, you need to be very, very, very concerned about this and get checked out thoroughly. Okay. If you have a history of cerebral aneurysms, that's a category of people that's more susceptible. If you have weak or abnormal veins or arteries, those people are more susceptible to a brain bleed after an accident. Now, if you have questions after an accident, feel free. You can reach my office at 833-927-6227 or message us on Facebook Messenger, and we'll be glad to help you get answers to your questions. And if you need an attorney, I will be honored to represent you if you need an attorney in a case like this. Or if you just got questions, feel free to call us, 833-927-6227, or message us on Facebook Messenger, and we'll be glad to help you get the answers to your questions. Thank y'all.